Well, hey everybody, your good buddy 650E here, and I'm back at Sills Motor Sales here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio for another new bike build series video. In today's episode, Zak the Master Mechanic is going to install a rear underslung braking system onto our 2021 BMW S 1000 RR. This is so cool because my M1000 comes from the factory with an underslung braking system, and now our 2022 S1000 build bike will have the same. This is leading up to us offering this machine to one of you outstanding people viewing the video. Information on how you can possibly win this bike once we're completed on adding all of our parts is down below in the description. Make sure you join our Patreon family for your opportunity to possibly win in this motorcycle. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. For returning subscribers, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. Okay, I'm wearing a blue hat today. Yeah, and now I'm gonna walk inside and see what Zak the Master Mechanic is up to.
What's up? We got the bike back on the bench and we're gonna work on the rear wheel today. We're still waiting on our part for the front if you follow along, and last time we were getting our awesome Brembo calipers mounted up with some Frentubo carbon fiber brake lines, and you can see this one brake line super short, and that is no good. Nice. So we weren't able to bleed the system, but we got everything set minus that brake line, so as soon as it shows up, we'll pop it on, show how to bleed that out. Today we're gonna put on the awesome piece of jewelry, the underslung Brembo caliper for the rear, which requires us replacing all the brake lines in the rear as well. So we're just gonna have a bike with no brakes and go find a big hill.
Oh yeah, dangerously living. Yeah, but the bike looks great. You saw in the last video, the tank from King David is amazing as well. Very unique. And keep in mind, guys, all of the bodywork on this bike is going to be different. Full Six is sending us its world's first wide body kit for this bike, and it is being custom painted by King David to match my BMW HP4 colorway. And trust me when I tell you, it looks amazing. Patrons have already seen what we're up to, but it'll appear on the YouTube channel soon.
So I can't see changing the rear rotor. We have a lightweight one, but we got some awesome OZ wheels coming, correct? So
yes, we do.
Might as well not put the rotor on that or mess with any of those bolts. But yeah, this is a caliper.
Beautiful.
That thing is awesome looking.
Now, in your opinion, Zak, one of our patrons has suggested that we should probably paint the Brembo red to blue to match the HP4. I'm on the fence with that. I think this looks great.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see once the bike's all together, and I think it's fine because it sticks out. Brembo's always red, you know, even on cars and stuff. Either the caliper's red and the Brembo logo's white, or the caliper's that color and the Brembo logo's red. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see though. It might stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
I don't know how easy or hard that would be. All right, so we're gonna use our cool little Pitbull wheel assist tool because we're just taking the wheel on and off. We're not changing the tire. And as long as you don't change tires, so no size changes, this thing really comes in handy, and we'll show you how. So you just spin it, and now it's right up against the wheel. So when I loosen my axle, I can take the axle out and put it right back in without having to fight with wheel spacers and everything, because it holds my wheel right in place.
That's wonderful.
So that's going to come in handy for this kind of setup. But before we take the wheel off, we want to get all the brake fluid out of the brake system. So the easiest way is to just take this reservoir off of its mount, because you can't really get the cap off where it's at. And you just kind of fish it through. We don't have a back reservoir. We haven't done one of them for a long time. I don't think we've done one of them on a K67, to tell you the truth.
Let's do it. A Brembo rear reservoir? Does Brembo make one?
I don't think so. Probably Rizoma.
Okay.
You probably get like a silver. Remember we used to do little. I don't know. Maybe they don't make them anymore. I don't know. Either that, or you could do the rear reservoir delete, where you just have the clear hose.
You know what, Zak? They do make them, because outside is my M1000 RR, and it has
a Rizoma one on it.
Yeah, Rizoma.
Cool. Well, you want to hold that for me, because I screwed up and didn't connect the airline to the brake bleeder.
See, here I am helping again. Haven't done this since season 1 of the build series. Mainly because people told me never to touch a motorcycle again.
A tool.
A tool, yes.
We're going to go ahead and just pop off our ABS sensor wire and all the zip ties, because we're actually replacing both of these brake lines. We're going to use the carbon fiber Frentubo from here to here, and then we have a longer one, so it'll make it all the way down to our other caliper. So let's go ahead and replace the one off of the master cylinder first. And we just want to match up our line the best way we can. So that's going to be like this. So this is going up. And this is definitely something different. We've never replaced this line before.
Okay.
So it should just, the brake line's not gonna stick out as much. It's just gonna blend in with the frame, you know?
Nice. I like that.
Since it's black in color. Down here, crush washer on either side of the banjo bolt. Keep it from leaking. This one actually has a rubber cover over it. You can't really see the carbon fiber lining except for up top.
Yeah. I see that.
I guess maybe because of the zip tie and they don't want it rubbing.
Smart move.
All right, so we're gonna hold that in place as best as we can. And we'll get a torque wrench on the top one. Nope. Let me see, I think I got a 13 millimeter torque adapter. That'd be something cool and new. Yeah, I do. So when you got something like this and we couldn't get in there with the socket, I can put this on here. And as long as I keep my torque wrench perpendicular, so 90 degrees, we got a 90-degree angle formed right here, I can still use the setting of 10 Newton meters on my torque wrench and it'll be correct. If I went like this and made it longer, it would be incorrect because my torque wrench length would be longer, so I'd have to calculate what the different torque is.
Nice.
But yeah, cool little tool to have. It's almost like a crow's foot, but it's all the way solid. Use them a lot on two-stroke dirt bikes.
Nice.
We're torquing down the cylinders. All right, so that takes care of step number one. Step number two, let's get this other brake line off. We got all these clips for the wheel speed sensor we got to pop off. So you rode your M-bike in today, huh?
Yeah.
All the way here with no seat is what I heard.
Yeah, let me show the guys.
For experimental purposes?
Yeah, they'll still be able to hear you when I go outside here, Zach, but this is what he's talked about. I removed this seat on my M1000 RR just to ride it so I would sit lower on the bike for racing so that I could tuck more and get some wind protection. I learned this from my son, Easy Rider Moto. I do acknowledge all my children and whenever they contribute. So that was a good thing that he did, but I'm actually having the seat modified by our good buddy Darnell, and he's gonna remove some of the padding and I'll be able to put it back on the bike. But hi, Pam. Okay, Zach, I showed the folks.
You showed them what your torture rack. I sat on it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Still, I don't know if I'm trying to ride. You're like 25 miles away.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Maybe if you were like 10 minutes.
It wasn't bad because the whole way I was practicing my second gear launches. And
but
man, it's fast.
You are right. You can tuck into the motorcycle a lot better.
Yes.
All right, so it looks like our stock setup, we'll have the caliper, the mounting bracket, comes in like 2.5 pounds. Or is it the same?
About the same.
About the same. All right, so we're not saving any weight, just making it more convenient and adding some awesome bling.
Yes.
Rear brake isn't that important, kind of just slows you down. Probably, this pad might actually be a little bit smaller even. Got our TWM chain adjuster installed.
Always nice.
With the incorrect torque spec still stamped on it. It's actually 120 Newton meters now. But nothing different than we've done in the past. They are nice, they click. Don't forget there is a lock on the bottom that you could set to lock if you so desire, and then it's easy to strip out if you try to twist it while it's locked.
Okay.
Other than that, remove your stock chain adjusters, couple bolts, put some blue Loctite on them, and you're good to go. It's got a built-in axle holder, so it'll hold that side for us. And I believe when we do these, I usually don't run the washer because then you can't see the line. So we have found it to be okay to go without the washer, and then you can at least kind of see the line. So now we'll take out our stand so we can spin the wheel. Check our chain adjustment, that's way too loose. It's not too bad, and it looks like we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, so we'll set this side to 4. A little bit loose. 1 click. One more click. That seems good as long as it doesn't get tight. When we tighten up the axle, sometimes that happens. All right, so it looks like we have a little improvement. The line does now fit in the correct spot on the ABS box. You can route it. It looks a little different, but it fits in the guide. Before it wouldn't fit in the guide, you had to put it on the other side. So that's cool. Yeah. They completely blocked this connector from coming out. So that's, yeah, looks like the connector would come out. So nice improvement.
Now you just gotta run the line.
Yep, gotta make it look nice. Reconnect our wheel speed sensor to it. pretty sure that we go around because that's just
how it looks.
Yeah, that's all we can do. And then some zip ties. So most importantly, what we're worried about with this brake line is it can't have flex to get caught in here and rub on anything or rub on the hot exhaust. So that's where we'll have to figure out our routing. And I think I actually put a zip tie right here.
Okay.
I remember doing that.
That looks good. You did that.
Yeah. We'll just angle that down just a bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Try to hold it there while we tighten it. All right, so as usual in the folly of bike build series this year, we have ran into an issue. Went to spin the wheel. It only goes this far.
Yeah.
Well, I had a wrench on here, but when there's no wrench on here, it only goes this far. So we were like, huh, what's hitting? Maybe it has to be the lightweight rotor, or what else have they changed? The cast wheel.
Cast wheels.
So can you zoom in enough to show, or do I gotta get my flashlight?
I can see it.
Yeah, so right here, the wheel makes contact with the caliper.
Yep.
So we would either have to clearance the caliper or the wheel. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but we're not gonna run with these wheels. So I don't think we're gonna mess with it. We'll probably just wait till we get the other wheel. Unless we have to, then we'll pop the caliper off and we'll clearance the caliper just by using a die grinder. It doesn't look like I can force it past it, so it doesn't look like it's hitting by much, but I'd hate to take a die grinder to that really nice caliper.
Right.
So we're just gonna finish it up and bleed it out anyway, which is why I had the wrench in here, and which is why I tried to spin the wheel in the first place.
So if you have cast wheels, your S1000RR,
the underslung caliper mod is not for you. You'd have to get either aftermarket wheels, carbon fiber, have the carbon fiber BMW wheels, or the forged wheels. And there's lots of the forged wheels out there at this point. You know?
Yes.
And I think they're back to selling them with the forged wheels again, so that's good.
That is good.
I'm not a fan of these
cast wheels were a bad idea from the beginning.
Yeah.
This is not a budget bike.
Yeah, it's not a budget bike.
They need to put budget parts on it.
What were they thinking? All right, so you can see we already have a pretty good rear brake pedal. It's nice and firm. It didn't really take that long to bleed out. I like it.
Yeah.
And if I come back here and open up the bleed screw and then push down, you can see no air bubbles are coming through, which means we got all the air out of the system.
Nice.
And we have a good feeling rear brake pedal. If it were to give us trouble overnight, what I would do is just take a tie down. You could leave this tied down overnight so that it would, might have to put a zip tie or something so that it stays put.
Yeah.
But then it would just hold the brake pedal down and it'll let all the air escape up to here, which is the highest point. Well, the ABS box is actually the highest point. If we still didn't get a good brake pedal feel, we can go and we can shake the ABS box, it's called. I plug it in, tell it to bleed the ABS box, and it just buzzes the box a couple times and gets any trapped air out. But I don't think we have any trapped air. The pedal feels pretty good. We might wind up with some trapped air in the front, and we'll double check the rear anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for our underslung rear brake caliper install. Unfortunately, we can't roll or ride the bike.
Yeah,
but,
sure, it looks good though.
Yeah, it does look good. We're gonna have to figure out a solution. I'll probably have to take the caliper off right now and just put it off to the side so that I can roll the bike around. Okay. And we got some chain adjusters installed as well.
Yes.
So a little bonus parts on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything fit and bled out pretty well. So
lovely.
I think that's all we got for today. Next time we'll probably get the coolant hoses on, maybe the frame guards too. We'll see how time allots and trucking right along.
Okay.
Hopefully we get the front brake line, get that system bled out.
Soon, soon, soon. All right, guys, you heard the Master Mechanic. That's what we got going on for you today. Thanks so much for viewing the video. This bike is coming along really, really nicely, but of course, it's gonna come along a lot better as we continue to move forward with the new bike build series. Don't forget, for your opportunity to win this motorcycle, head on over to our Patreon page and join our Patreon family to possibly win this motorcycle once we're completed with it.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time
On the 650 Eve YouTube channel.